Alrighty, let's test this out. Can everyone hear? Alright, so, can you guys hear me? Okay, nice. Um, just guys, go in the Discord server, tell them to join. I'm gonna quit Discord now. Alright, welcome Julius Caesar. Nice to see you here. Welcome Nioski, welcome Monarchist Man. Good to see all you guys here. Alright, welcome Uncle Sam. So I think we're just waiting for Logan, right? Does anyone know where Logan is? Alright, great. Okay, now with that, let's begin the official introduction. So, hello everyone. I am Micah History, and I think most of you guys know that, but because I will be posting this on Demographia, I am Micah. I'm the guy behind Demographia. I know I haven't really made any content for a long time, but there's a reason for that. I have been busy on my other channels, and also I am working on making, remaking all my old videos and making new content here. So, anyways, now with all that out of the way, the purpose of this video is today we will be looking at my ancestry results, where I am from, and this is going to be really cool. For those of you who are watching from Demographia and already subscribers, this is going to be cool because this is exactly what my channel is about. And for those of you who are not Demographia subscribers, but who watch my main channel, Micah History, this is going to be good because this pretty much is kind of like my Elizabeth II series, but it's about myself this time. So, anyways, without further ado, let's get right to it. Just gonna adjust my camera a little bit here. And yeah. Oh, and by the way, the other thing, I've not opened this email yet. Well, I've like clicked on the email, but I haven't clicked the link, so this is all live. So any reaction you see here is gonna be live, which hopefully is good. Also, hello, Cab Calloway. I don't think I've seen you before, but welcome. Oh, okay, Joshua. Welcome, Joshua. Alright, so, actually, you know what? First thing, let's do some predictions in the chat. I want to hear your guys' predictions, and then I'll open, and we will find out the long-awaited mystery. So just put your info in the chat, and let me know your predictions. Alright, so we have one prediction, mix of Italian, Ethiopian, and English. Nice. 100% based, that's correct. I am 100% based. But we're talking about, I guess, just estimates of ethnicity. Alright, Italian, that's 17%. Alright, so we got some Italian out there. The rest of y'all can put in your predictions. Alright, African, European American. Oh, interesting. This is like, oh, I like this. 3% Arab, 16% Ethiopian, 5% Indian, 10% Canadian, 100% genuine. I like this. I like this answer. I'm gonna, can you pin these stuff? I'm pinning this message, yes. Alright, there we go. I like this message here. 100% Japanese. Yeah, I know you're trolling. Perhaps a little Hispanic? Hey, maybe I am. We'll find out. Alright, so if anyone wants to put in any last minute predictions, and then I'll open the email. 100% Greta Thunberg? I hope not. I really hope not. I mean, given that one of my most popular videos is me roasting her, I really hope I'm not Greta Thunberg. 100% Christian based? I like this answer too. Yep. Alrighty. So now we've done the predictions. Let's go to the infamous email. Alrighty, here it is. Micah, the Ancestry DNA results you've been waiting for are here. Alright, so as I said, I've never clicked this. This is all going to be live. Should we do it? Let's check the comments. Should we do it? Are we good? Let's get some bass in the chat, and then we'll open it. Alright, nice. Nice, let's do it. And there we go. Okay, good. Signing in. Whoa. Alright, let's do this. Okay, my results have arrived. Ethnicity breakdown, DNA story, DNA matches. And this is the, okay, interesting. Interesting. Okay, so first thing, 38% Eastern Bantu peoples. Now that makes sense. And the reason this makes sense is because my mom is from Uganda, where most people are Bantu, and that's the eastern part of Africa. Alright, so this totally makes sense. And so given that my mom is from Uganda, this would mean 38 times 2. Why am I so bad at math? That would be like 76, right? 38 times 2, 76. I just want confirmation in the chat. This is why you do math, kids. It's like I'm too lazy. Alright. So, next, England and Northwestern Europe, 35%. Nice. I mean, this is pretty much kind of what I expected. But I find this to be much more interesting. 10% Cameroon, Congo, and Western Bantu. I literally had no idea I had like any West or Central African ancestry. Because, you know, my mom's from Uganda, so I kind of just assumed all of my African DNA would be Eastern Bantu, but apparently not. 10% Germanic Europe, yo, that is epic. 3% Sweden and Denmark. Let's go! 2% Scotland. My last name is Scottish, so I guess, you know, I've lost the 98%, but I still have 2% of Scottish. Micah, Idi Amin history. Yes. For those of you who didn't know, my last name is Scottish. Well, I guess probably most of you didn't know that. So anyways, I guess the Scottish DNA has survived. 1% Nilotic. Now, there are Nilotic people in Uganda, so this, you know, it doesn't surprise me. 1% Khoisan, Aka, and Mbuti. Now, that is interesting, because these people are, like, super rare and small. Whoa, 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 whoa. DNA communities. Eastern Ohio River Valley. I did not know that. Amish. Wow. I mean, imagine I'm related to some Amish people. That's kind of weird. Well, I mean, I guess not really weird, because I'm pretty much super religious like them, but, you know, without the whole no technology stuff. Central Switzerland. Interesting. Yo, I have a lot of American. Let me just check the Micah chat history. Yeah, I really do have, like, a lot of different African, actually. Alright. Alright, so let's continue this. Click the next button. Yo! New lands, new spices. Eastern Ohio River Valley and Northern Blue Ridge Mountain settlers. Tensions between Anabaptists and the English, as they refer to them, fostered doubts the US was really the land of religious freedom the German Anabaptists had imagined. Some left for Ontario, makes sense because I live in Ontario. Well, not right now, but in general. Find tracts of land for lower prices that they could in the US. They hoped that sparsely populated Canada would be more compatible with their lifestyle, and were willing to make concessions to adjust to their new surroundings. For example, saffron, an essential ingredient, okay, blah blah. Anyways, the point is, perhaps this is when my ancestors moved to Ontario. And if that's true, that would be pretty epic. Oh wow, Cab Calloway's ancestors were Mormon pioneers. Interesting, interesting. All right, next. You and 42 of my DNA matches are genetically linked to this region through shared ancestors. Okay, wow, that's pretty cool. Eastern Ohio River Valley and Northern Blue Ridge Mountain Settlers Community. Wow. Okay, that's cool. Alright, so either share my results, I'll do that later. View DNA story. Okay, let's do this. Let's go! Well, I mean, as I predicted, all Africa and Europe, and I'm pretty happy that it's pretty much all Germanic. It's kind of what I wanted. And actually, I'll go through each individual part because while I don't know tremendous amount of my history, especially on the African side, I can tell you what I do know from my own history, just from what my parents and family have told me. Yes, yo, AS Mapping! So good to see you in the chat. I've not seen you here for a very long time, so once you hear this message, just send a thumbs up or something that you heard what I said. Yes, indeed, I am half African. It's like Andrew Tate. Yeah, Andrew Tate. I think Andrew Tate's a bit more white, or no, actually a bit more black. But anyway, yes. Okay. All right, let's do this. We will start off with Eastern Bantu. Yep, exactly what I thought. This is Uganda. This is where my mom's from. So, let's see. Okay, home to some of our earliest human ancestors are Eastern Bantu people regions was populated in part by people who came from the west as part of the Bantu migrations, one of the greatest movements of people in history. Eastern equatorial Africa is now home to scores of ethnic groups and languages. It's also known for spectacular landscapes including Africa's largest lake, its tallest peak, and world-famous wildlife reserves. Alright, yep. I mean, this is what I expected. This is where my mom's from, so makes sense. I am a little more interested in these other parts, though, because this is the part I did know about. Just quickly check the comments again. Not to get confused with subnatural Buganda. Yeah, it's true, but my mom is from the Buganda people. So, yeah, they're the people who are not the majority, but the largest group in Uganda, and, it's named after it. Alright, so next, let's look at this. Nilotic people. So it's 1%. Nilotic peoples are linked by common language and homelands along the Nile Valley in Sudan, in the distant past. Over time, groups moved southward into East Africa and as far south as Tanzania, include the Luo, Maasai, Turkana, Dinka, Nuer, and Kisigas. Oh, and by the way, not to spoil too much, but I am working right now on a project regarding African ethnic groups, so stay tuned for that. Some became farmers and fishers over time, others have remained nomadic pastoralists, keeping herds of cattle and goats. At the end of colonialism, they entered government and business, have gained fame as the world's greatest distance runners. You see, this makes sense. Because, see, guys, I was doing cross-country running for 4 years. So it makes sense that I have this DNA in me. Now, that said, it is 1%, so really it's not that much, but hey, 1% is better than nothing. And, given the fact that South Sudan's right next to Uganda, it's pretty normal that some of their DNA would have come over here, right? Alrighty, next, let's look at this. Cameroon, Congo. So you see, the main problem with this one just is that it's such a large area. I mean, I could have ancestors from here, from here, from here. Like it's not very specific, but I guess probably not that many Africans take these tests, and also, um, yeah, I mean, it's sort of muddled in terms of history, right? So, this is more just about where these people are located. Extending through the heart of Africa are Cameroon, Congo, and Western Bantu Peoples region winds through tropical rainforest, humid savanna, and semi-arid desert. Starting about 3,000 years ago, Bantu-speaking peoples spread from area around the border of modern-day Cameroon and Nigeria through much of sub-Saharan Africa in one of the greatest migrations in human history. Today, the region is home to unrivaled ethnic and linguistic diversity. Okay, welcome you two new people on Home Senzil and Renoa Prem. Welcome. Um, okay. So, I mean, apparently it's about 10% of my ethnicities comes from these guys. It's not very specific, but again, makes sense. I mean, if you look at it right, these guys are just next to Uganda, so. Now, I am a little more interested in this, though. Right? So this is only 1% again. It says populations in our Khoisan, Aka, and Mbuti peoples regions include hunter-gatherer and pastoral groups whose ancestors have lived in Africa for thousands of years. In fact, these guys are probably like some of my oldest ones. They make their homes in many different climates, from rainforests to savannas. They are known for their intimate knowledge of the landscapes they live in. Though small in number, these peoples are now drawing the attention of scholars and researchers for their genetic diversity, ancient origins, and unique cultural traditions and knowledge that have been passed down for centuries. Okay, well, that's pretty interesting. So I guess I have 1% of this rare people. And so, yeah, that's pretty much it. This is all my African stuff. But now we're going to look at Europe because I do know a little more about that family history just because it's been more well preserved. Alrighty, let's go to Europe. Yeah, okay. So we're going to start off with Sweden. Sweden and Denmark. Now this makes sense. So I think my grandmother's grandmother, I believe, came from Sweden, or perhaps her great grandmother. I'm not sure, but this is why I'm not surprised at all that I have the Swedish. Actually, my grandma will be very happy to hear about this. So, our Sweden and Denmark region emerged from glacial ice as lands of lakes and islands, mountains and plains. Though these countries are often at war, the people share a common Norse heritage that includes elements of language, religion, and art, though they eventually developed cultures of their own. Situated along the western boundary of the Baltic Sea, relative geographic isolation did not stop the Swedes and the Danes from influencing culture, trade, and politics. Now, while I might have some Danish, I'm pretty sure this is the Swedish, because my grandma told me about one of her Swedish ancestors. Alright, now we're going to go to Deutschland, which I think a lot of you guys will be interested in. Or Germanic Europe, I guess includes the Netherlands too. Just going to check the comments again. Alright, so, dramatic landscape of our Germanic Europe region rises from the Dutch and German lowlands along the North Sea through forested uplands to Austria's Alps in the south. German people were united by language and culture before Germany became a united country in 1871. Known as Das Land der Dichter und Denker und Nazis, the land of poets and thinkers, Germany is home to some of the oldest universities in the world, and this region has a long tradition of producing world-class scientists, inventors, theologians, artists, composers, and world wars. Alright. Pretty cool. So, again, this is about 10% of my ancestry. So, yeah, I have a decent amount of German in me, actually. I guess some Dutch. I know I have some Dutch ancestry, but I think it's more German. Right, now we're going to go Scotland here. So, again, this is I have a direct line back to Scotland because I still have a Scottish last name. So, with its centre in the northern third of the island of Great Britain, but stretching down to Brittany and France, the Scotland ethnicity region is known for its geographical beauty, medieval architecture, and folklore. Gaelic and Scots have influenced regional English dialects and are both still spoken in some areas. National symbols, including the lion rampant, clan tartans, and bagpipes, are often recognized internationally, alongside symbols of traditional cuisine like whiskey and haggis. This is epic. This is pretty epic. I like this. Alright, and finally, The one I've been looking most forward to, England and Northwestern Europe. I think pretty much this is all England. I mean, look at this. Yeah. So about 35% English. I was expecting obviously like my European ancestry to be majority English, but like this is more English than I expected. So I'm pretty happy about that. Because that means my dad is about 70% English because he's the one with European ancestry in my family. So yeah, so that's pretty cool. The history of Britain, the heart of our England and northwestern Europe region, is often presented as one group of invaders after another, displacing the native population. The Romans, Anglo-Saxons, Vikings, and Normans all left their mark on Britain both politically and culturally. However, the story of Britain is far more complex. In fact, modern studies suggest the earliest populations weren't wiped out, but adapted and absorbed the new arrivals. So what I can say, and this is probably the coolest part, I can trace my ancestors in England back 1,000 years, at least. And some of them came along with William the Conqueror. Um, yeah, came along with William the Conqueror in 1066. So that's pretty cool. Okay. All right. So guys, unfortunately, my grandma's just calling me right now, so I'm gonna still this. Hopefully, I shouldn't be gone any more than 2 minutes, but I just need to check out real quick what she's up to. So let me see if I can turn off the audio. Let's see if this works. All right. Can you guys hear me now? So let me know when you can hear me. Okay. I'm getting this prayer thing. I guess that means yes. All right. Sounds good. Okay, great. Awesome. So, now let's go back to here. So this is the overall part. So now just my thoughts on like how surprised I was. I mean, this stuff doesn't really surprise me too much. I guess I was expecting a little more when it came to like the Europeans. Like, I thought I might have a bit more other European, but yeah, pretty much I'm just on European and just pure Germanic apart from the small amount of Scottish I have. Um, as for African, I mean, obviously I expected this to be the most, but, you know, this is 38%, which still means I have 12% of other African DNA. So that was a little surprising. So I was surprised by how much other African I have, especially because I guess like you know, my mom's side, we don't really have as much historical knowledge on where they came from. Um, so, anyways, let's just let's see, right? Oh, this is interesting. This is cool. I didn't even see this. So, inherited from parent one, inherited from parents two. So, what does this mean? Can you click on this? Oh, okay. So, see, right? So my so this is me, right? And I guess this is my mom. This is Eastern Bantu, right? Then same my mom, then Nilotic, and then Khoisan, right? All right, so got it correct in terms of ethnic breakdown. So now let's remove this. Now we look at my dad. So again, my dad pretty much mostly English. And this is me. This is Germanic. This is Sweden, Denmark, Scotland. Oh no, that's my mom's. Okay. Alright, yeah, so that's my dad's side. Okay. Now let's go down here. See what this is. Alright. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go back now. Back to the map. Check the comments real quick. Which of Henry the First's 25 children would you guess would be one of my aunts? I had no idea Henry the First. Let me look this up. Henry the First. Did this guy truly have 25 kids? Because if he did, that's insane. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That is crazy. 15 daughters and 9 sons. Wow. You see, this is why I like having you guys, right? An educated audience. Hope your grandma heals. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that. Yeah, this is why it's cool. Farthest I can trace my DNA's Spanish Inquisition. Beyond that, his family lore. The fact you can go all the way back to the 1000s is extremely rare. Yeah, it is. Yeah, can't trace mine past the 17th century. I mean, you don't have to worry about it. On my mom's side, I probably can't trace them more than like 3 generations back. So, um, I wonder what this is. Guys, you see why researching Elizabeth II's ancestry is so complicated? Like, just look at this, right? This is just, this is just Henry the First. Anyway, all right, let's get back to this. Let's go down a little bit. Oh, I guess you don't go down a little bit. Okay, so now we looked at this. Okay, there's 4 communities. These are 4 communities we looked at a little earlier. Okay, I have 17,000 total DNA. That's pretty epic. 120 of them sharing their location. Okay. Alright, let's just see if there's any more stuff we can look on here. I want to see if there's anything that can show me like the more distinct regions. Like let's try England because I think that is the one where I might look. I might have the most detailed results. Mm. Hmm. All right. I guess you can't really see the specific parts of England. I mean, not that that's super important because I got the main info, but slightly disappointing. Um, you know what? Let's look at this. We're gonna look at this. How do you calculate this? I'm related to all these people. Oh God. Oh God. Guys, these are some of my relatives somewhere in the world. That's scary. Should you replay the video after the stream? Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'll also upload it on Demographic Share to everyone. Anyways, anyone's thoughts on me being related to these two? I mean, this guy seems pretty base. I like this guy. Rick Powell. That's kind of scary though. I have 540 fourth cousins or closer. That's kind of crazy. Hmm. Let's see. I mean, I'm assuming this is just gonna go. Okay, this just goes back. Home, tree, search, yeah. Okay, so we've done that. We did how you calculate this. Oh, this looks interesting. Let's look at this. Wow, wow, there's a lot of regions here. I like how this is just nobody here. But yeah, and no one Argentina as well, or the Uyghurs here. Okay, interesting, interesting. Let's go back here. All right, so I think this is pretty much it. I don't think I have anything else really to add to this. This was pretty informative. I am happy that this was accurate because I know some people get inaccurate results, but like this was very very accurate. I think calculated 50%, and I'm pretty happy with the results. I mean, also I like the fact that I have a bunch of English DNA on my dad's side, so that's pretty good. Because in case you couldn't tell already, I'm a big Anglophile, uh, and it's actually interesting because I'm pretty much about as English as I am Ugandan. Like with Uganda, it's only 3% more than it is English, which is pretty interesting. So it also shows that my mom actually does have more than just Ugandan DNA. So I'll go tell her about that. That would be cool to for her to find out. They all look like me. Someone, yeah, definitely not, definitely not. One of my relatives looks like Guy Fieri. The woman on the left looks so goofy. Yes, she does. Okay. Well, anyways, guys, now I will hand it over to you in the comments. If you want to ask me some questions before we end the stream, just let me know. And also, after this, I am planning on releasing my survey results tomorrow, and that's going to be cool. So you guys definitely should stay for that. So if you guys have any questions, just put it in the comments right now. So, do we have no questions for the comments? Yeah, so generally sharp there's no telling considering you live there. Now you see, initially, oh my goodness, is someone calling me again? Oh no, sorry. I'm someone's calling me. I'll be right. Yeah, so sorry guys. Yeah, this is all these people calling. Anyways, let's go back to yeah, explain why I'm not Italian. That sounds kind of weird, but um, pretty much the reason I don't have any Italian DNA is because even though I live there, the only reason I moved to Italy is because my dad worked in Italy. He was just sent there because he, works with UN. So he just moved there, and so that's the reason why I don't actually have any Italian DNA. And I guess like if you saw a picture of my dad, like you'd notice he's like 6'5", so no, definitely not Italian at all. Um, Now, do I think my wife in the future would have the same genes? Unlikely. I mean, there are not that many people who are like mixed African and European. Um, but who knows? I mean, I could marry someone who's like full African or full European. So that would be interesting. So perhaps I will be doing like, I'll be doing this video in 5 years or whenever I get married. Um, Next, Mike is still 0.1% Arab and Indian, so don't worry about the pinned count being accurate. Well, I'm not 0.1. I'm like literally just purely African and European. Um, yeah. Now, I mean, so he said it looked like I have 80% and 80% African, 20% Anglo. I mean, I am like a little darker than my siblings, but no, it's half half. And the DNA test just proved this that it's literally split exactly 50%. I self-identify as Japanese. No, I actually self-identify as a woman. Um, Say Wakanda forever. Okay, just said that. Ooh, showed both German and Namibian. Interesting. Imagine one of my ancestors is a German colonizer. No, but that's unlikely. I mean, my German ancestors would have just come to America and then to Canada and then whatever. Okay, since in other countries you need a certain amount to apply for citizenship, would you apply for any of the countries listed? I don't think I would, because I think most countries don't really need an ethnic percentage. I could probably become a British citizen, a Ugandan citizen, American citizen. Relatively easy, I think. Alright. Now, which countries? As far as I know, no country counts DNA test as relevant. Actually, Israel does, and I remember I learned that because I went to Israel. Um, yeah. Okay, next. How many languages do you speak? So I speak four languages: English, French, Spanish, Italian, and I'm learning Portuguese. So that's still something I need to improve on, Portuguese. But yeah, I speak four at the moment. Oh, I didn't know Britain does in certain cases. Like, that's interesting. Well, I guess if you want to apply for Britain, like, would it have to be just English, or could you? I mean, I guess if you're Scottish or Welsh, you'd probably be fine too. Although I wonder what they'd do about the Irish. Okay, Israel does use DNA tests, but you also need documents and other stuff along with it. Yeah, yeah. I mean that makes sense. I don't think they'll just give you a DNA test, and as long as you're Jewish, you're allowed in. Oh, by the way, Darvaza Archive. I'm interested. Do you know how Jewish you need to be to get into Israel? Okay, say something in Italian. Uh, D'accordo. Quindi, per me è la prima volta che sto parlando in italiano quest'anno e sono contento di vedere che non sono italiano. No, no, è uno scherzo. By the way, all I said is this is my first time speaking Italian, and I'm glad to know that I have no Italian DNA. But that's a joke. I could be a Commonwealth citizen. I mean, given that Canada isn't a Commonwealth, I'm pretty sure I already am a Commonwealth citizen. Okay, how tall am I? Do I have my Nordic genes? Yes, my Nordic genes did help. My mom's like not that tall, but I am 6'2", which I think is like what 188 centimeters ish. So yeah. Okay, you need at least one Jewish grandparent to be eligible for immediate Israeli citizen, or you can convert to Judaism. You can also do what the Russian immigrants did and lie. This sounds like such a Russian thing. Oh, you're 25% Italian. Cool. Luis Aldamis, I'm interested. Like, are you Argentine or like where are you from? Alright, I'm guessing that's okay. He's Basque. Oh, that's so cool, actually. Yo, I mean, I think some of you guys know this, but perhaps not all of you do. The Basques are literally the only pre-Indo-European people to have survived. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so you're Basque, so I guess you're like three quarters Basque and a quarter Italian. Okay, wait, never mind. 56% Basque, 25% Italian, the rest Spanish. That's pretty cool. So, do you live in Spain? I assume you do based on the name, but just let me know where you live. I guess this takes a little bit of a while to just, yeah, I feel like there's a bit of a pause between when I speak and when you guys actually hear me say something. Okay, so in the Basque Country, we still under freedom. Okay, so I assume he lives in Spain then. Okay, Sir Welch says, I have, well, it makes sense. Your name is Sir Welch. I have Welsh blood alongside other genes from the Old Isles, common for people with my last name. Yeah, makes sense. Your last name is literally Welch. Okay, you live in Idaho. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry you live in Idaho. Not recognizing Spanish. Okay, let's see. So you're half Jewish, 49% Euromud, 1% Northeast Indian. Oh wait, you've done this test, haven't you? Darvaza? You've done these ancestry tests, right? Oh, you're from Bilbao. Okay. I've been to Spain actually, Luis, but I've not ever been to Bilbao. I've only been to Barcelona and just the general area there. Julius Caesar, you live in Chosen Prefecture. No, you don't. You literally just live in Nebraska or something. Okay, so you haven't done DNA tests. You know, and by the way, not that I'm like telling you to do this, but I would say if you want to do a DNA test, you should, because I know at least when it comes to Jewish people, a lot of them do have some mixture just because Jews have been in Europe so long. So I'd be interested in knowing like, your percentage of Jewish, but yeah. Okay. Well, anyways, I think it was a pretty cool. Unless you guys have any last questions, I think I'm gonna end it here. But remember, guys, I am gonna be uploading this on Demographia. Um, and of course I'll send the link and I'll tell people on the channel to like check it out. But um, yeah, on that channel, Demographic, I'm really hoping this year I can revive that channel, like actually make some videos. Okay, your family has done DNA tests. Julius, what are your results? I'm interested. Okay, largely German, British. Okay. Oh, interesting. I didn't know you could join the Anglo. Oh my goodness, I'm being called again. I'm just gonna remind. Yeah, I'm just gonna remind later. I'm not gonna interrupt this for another time. Okay, you have some Swedish, you have some Polish. All right, just let me know, guys. If you have any other questions, you can either write yes or no, just so I know, and then we can end this stream pretty soon. Wolcott is English. Oh, interesting. I wouldn't have expected that. I thought it would have been like some German name or something. All right. Well, anyways, Logan, I guess you came at the very end. Gruhini Telugu Vlogs Dubai. Hello, welcome. Oliver Wolcott. I wonder who that is. Okay. Well, I think I'm gonna end the stream now because my grandma's calling. Is 6 too tall? It is. I mean, I think even in Canada, I'm probably taller than like 90 or 95% of guys. But then, you know, I feel like people actually overestimate the amount of people who are over 6 foot. Should you invite someone else to watch the channel one day? Yeah, 100%. All right, guys. Well, I have to go help So I will end the stream here. Thanks all for coming. This was very interesting. I enjoyed doing this, and hopefully I'll be streaming tomorrow. This time my survey results. So awesome.